Hey guys, E-rik Soo here. Welcome back to another episode of Next Gen MLM Hacks Radio. This one's going to be a super fun one and powerful, so stay tuned. For the past 2 years, I've put my blinders on and focused on learning from the most forward-thinking marketers on the planet. Now armed and skilled, I've committed myself to fail fast and act without knowing how towards my $1 million business. The burning question is, how will I do it without creating frenemies or going into debt? All from square one. This podcast is here to give you the answers. Listen, watch, and follow along as I learn, apply, and share new marketing strategies to grow my network marketing business using only today's best online sales funnels, business tools, and methods. My name is E-rik Soo, and welcome to Next Gen MLM Hacks Radio. Alright, you guys, if you guys like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe. You'll hit the notification and you'll get updated the new videos as they come out. Alright, you guys, let's jump right into today's topic. And I'm going to be talking today about how to get someone to buy your product or services. And if you have been in network marketing or MLM or direct sales, you know that the hardest part is to get new customers to buy from you, right? And so I've broken it down into 3 simple steps that you can use so you can help yourself sell more products without struggling. Okay, so here are the 3 things that you must do to sell more products. All right, so let's dive right into number 1. All right, so number 1 I'm gonna say is give value. Okay, now you're probably already thinking, yeah, of course, I give a lot of value. Okay, so how are you delivering this value though? Okay, now all of this value that you're giving is to attract people, right? And so we're not going to chase people, we're not going to cold call people, we're going to attract people, right? And so the name of the game is giving value. I know you have been doing a lot of things to motivate people and make people feel great with quotes and pictures and so forth. But what content are you giving to add value to someone's life? Okay, now these could be in the form of a cheat sheet. This could be in the form of a book, an ebook, a video, or a podcast. So you're giving people something that people can either read, listen, or hear, right? And so those are the 3 ways that I try to give value. So what's an example? So I have a podcast, and on this podcast, I basically provide detailed information on how somebody can do X, Y, or Z. Okay? Now, you're going to attract people because what content you provide is who you are attracting, right? And so this podcast, for example, is an example. I'm going to be attracting certain people in the network marketing business who want to know more about how they can learn how to grow their business online without talking to people specifically and doing in-home presentations, for example. Okay, so doing a podcast. You might want to do a video, right? You might do vlogging and talk about your experiences and what outcomes that you have created when you do certain things, right? So video is really good too. Now, how you capture people's information so that you know that they're interested, right? And so lead capture pages are very, very good. And so let's just say you have a cheat sheet. And in this cheat sheet, you are giving some people 3 strategies on how to XYZ, right? And so if people want that, they will exchange their email so that you know who is getting this information and so that you can follow up with them, right? And so it's very important that not only you create this content, but you have a way to capture who is getting this content from you. Okay, so so you want to give value and you want to be able to capture who is getting this information from you. Okay, so it's very, very important. Now, so a lot of times you're doing this podcast, right? And you may not know who's listening, but within this podcast, you might be offering something that you can capture someone's information. I should say, you're leading them to a certain giveaway through this podcast or video, for example, so that you can capture their information. So at the end of the day, you really want to be able to capture someone's information. You really want to be able to capture their information because then you can be able to follow up with them. Okay, cool. So the second one is building trust. Now, how do you build trust with people you've never met before? Okay, so many times you can provide support in a way so that they can trust your information, right? So they get something from you, a cheat sheet, for example, but then they don't really have this solid trust with you until you actually deliver something for them, right? And so if you're gonna maybe do a Q&A, for example, and you wanna help answer their questions, you're literally giving something, your personal time, to build that trust with them. Okay, so this could be a Facebook Q&A that you set up, okay, and you're building trust with them. If these are people who are local to your area, then you can set up some type of in-person event, and you can build trust with them in that way. Okay, so something hands-on that they will be able to touch, feel, and smell, if you will, what you are providing, so that they can build that trust. I think that's very, very key. You know, it's kind of a little bit of this old school networking. However, people want to be able to know that you're real. People want to know that you're not just out there trying to sell your products, but you really care about them. Okay, so you build this trust, you provide support, whether it be in person or online. And it's a great way to follow up with their questions, right? And they have questions about what you're talking about. They want to know more. So you follow up with their questions. So you follow up on their questions. And then you can personally show up to explain things to them as well. It's really great. For me, for example, I know that in the fitness space, what I've done is create workouts, right? Not only do I provide tips and advice, but I actually create events so that people can actually come out and see me in person, so that I can build that trust with them as well, okay? And so that's really cool. All right, finally, this is step number 3, and I think this is the key to actually getting to the sale now, right? So nowhere in this process am I saying to go ahead right up front at step 1 to go ahead and sell your products, right? I think that would be the worst thing you could be doing, right? Is just be out there and selling, right? And so this third part here, though, I really want to be clear about how that you can make that sale so it's not so salesy, right? I think that's the fear most people actually have with selling products. It could be anyone, really, a salesperson selling cars or whatever, right? It could be really anyone. But in network marketing and multi-level marketing, whatever you want to call it, we always have this concern and fear that people feel like we are being too salesy, okay? And so this is the key, how you can reduce that or eliminate that concern at all, and how you can reduce and eliminate that concern altogether, okay? So here's the key. The key is to go ahead and create a sales message into a story. And this is going to help you sell your products or services, right? Okay, so sales messages are really key. And if you tell it within a story, it's even more powerful. So learn how to create stories, right? So let's just say that I wanted to talk about my favorite workout. And in doing so, I want to be able to promote a fitness program, right? Now, real quick, long story short, what if I told you that early on in my career, when I was trying to figure out how to work out and get the physique I want and get in shape, right? I always wanted to be faster, stronger, and bigger. But for some odd reason, whatever I did, I would always fall up short with my main goal. I would see some improvement, but for some reason, I was always falling up short. And because of that, I kind of felt like I wasn't good enough to be able to achieve my goals. And so there was this one day, so as I was walking out of this workout that I was doing at Purdue, I noticed out of the corner of my eye, this one guy who was working out very differently. And he had a physique that I actually wanted. And so I was like, should I leave or should I break my normal pattern and just go and introduce myself? I was kind of a shy kid back then. So anyhow, and so what I did was I made the determination to turn around and go against what I usually would do and just introduce myself. Now I waited for him to rest to make sure that he didn't think that I was like a stalker or something. And so before I introduced myself, and so when I introduced myself, I just asked him real simply, well, how do you get your body? How did you do it? What did you do? And so so this person was kind of really laughing a little bit, but he says, well, I usually get asked a lot about how I did it, okay? And so I just went on and said, man, this is just so frustrating that I tried all the time to get this physique and do all these things that people say to do. I'm just really frustrated. And by me expressing how I felt, he knew that I was really sincere and serious about all this. And so what happened was that he said, okay, here's what you got to do. And he pulled out this workout manual, okay? And he said, if you were to learn these workouts, okay, and apply them right away, you will see the body that you want within 2 or even 1 year, okay? And so I was like, wow, that's it? And that was like 20 years ago. And isn't that cool? And basically what happened was that, you know, I studied it. I went ahead and applied it every single day. And, you know, eventually I got to the physique I wanted. And it was very, very appreciative of what he had given me, okay? And so because of that, I created this workout program based on this workout. And I'm gonna give you these workouts, okay, in over 6 classes that I have put together, okay? And it's gonna be starting out in a few months. Okay, so there you go. So I had this story about where I got this book or these workouts, my favorite workouts. And does it make you kind of want to know more about these workouts? Okay, so I was kind of paraphrasing this story, but you kind of get the idea, I hope, that if you wrap around this message about what you want to provide, okay? And by the way, what I wanted to sell were this workout program, okay? And so I created this story that how I got this workout manual and these special workouts. And so hopefully you kind of felt like, wow, these are really unique workouts that I want to know more about. And actually I would pay to learn these workouts, okay? So there is a little bit more to it, but overall, the takeaway point here about this sales message into a story is that we have to be able to tell great stories. We have to be able to wrap our sales message in story so that that can help you sell whatever product or service that you have. So get really good at creating stories and telling stories, okay? So I need to work on that as well. But anyhow, so let's summarize what we got so far. So here are the 3 keys to help someone buy your products and services, okay? So the first part is to give value, and this is going to help you attract people to you and know that you can provide ebooks, you provide checklists, you can buy PDFs, recipe books, you name it. You can provide this information to attract people and then capture their information with a lead capture page, ClickFunnels, lead pages. You can even use MailChimp as a way to capture their emails, right? You give them value. Now you know who they are, you can follow up with them. Now, this is where you will want to build trust with them. And so by doing Q&As, offering some type of support, you show up and give them an explanation of what you're talking about if you're local, but provide some type of way that they can trust you and build that trust, okay? And finally, if the last point here is creating sales messages into story, and so that these stories will help you sell your products or services that you have. Okay, so I think these 3 key steps above and beyond are going to help you sell more and create a bigger business for yourself. And you know, I teach this in my with my team. I help them do all of this so that they can grow their businesses as well. And a lot of them will do this online versus in person. I'm not against in person, but I find that there is something to do. There is a lot more interaction and ability to help more people online than in person. And plus, it's less time consuming. If done right, I think it's the best way to grow your network marketing business or business in general. Okay, so So if you like this episode, go ahead and smash that subscribe button and like or comment to let me know what you think about it. Hope you guys are doing awesome and never give up and keep moving forward. All right, you guys, we'll talk to you guys in a future episode. Have a great day. There you go. Wasn't that an awesome episode? Hey, you know what would be cool? You taking a few seconds to leave me an iTunes feedback. You never know, I might give you a shout out for it. Are you teaching your downline outdated MLM marketing strategies even though you know that there's a better way? Well, here's your chance to do something about this. Check this out. I put together a free 5-part video recruiting training series teaching you the latest marketing strategies to grow your business. To get this free master pack, email straight into your inbox. Subscribe to this podcast at www.nextgenmlmhacksradio.com. Again, the course is free and this will help your team and help you understand what I am doing. Go download it now at www.nextgenmlmhacksradio.com.